Good morning. Time to make the coffee. Here we are again, a nice new day, a nice new chance to fix whatever's going on in our life if we're having problems. For me, I have to finish fixing up the garden, and I also have to work on finding a solution to getting my basement bathroom fixed. So, it's a brand new day. It's going to be 82 degrees and sunny. So hopefully I'm going to make it a good day. So I think every morning when we get up, unless some terrible disaster happens, which normally doesn't happen, but I believe we have a choice to make every morning. Are we going to make a good day? Or are we going to drag yesterday with us and make it a bad day? So I choose to start fresh in the mornings and make it a good day. Enjoy my cup of coffee. If the weather's nice, go outside, enjoy the nice weather. And just find things to make me feel like my life is going in the right direction. And I have that choice every single day. I can choose to be happy, or I can choose to be miserable. And choosing to be miserable isn't the best choice, in my opinion. And even taking little steps to dig yourself out of something bad that's happened to you, just little steps every day, builds on the last day and then gives you a better hope and a better prospect for a better future and a happier future. So today's coffee is, I have one K-cup pod of cherry coffee from Verissimo, which is Aldi's brand, left. So I'm going to finish that up. And so I'm going to make it with chocolate creamer, so it'll be like a chocolate-covered cherry. And I forgot my little dab of baking soda again. So I have to put that in. I don't know if it helps, but even if it's a placebo effect, I'll go with it. So you don't want too much, just a little tip. Otherwise you'll taste it, and baking soda doesn't have the best flavor in the world. I don't know, I imagine there's people out there that like it. So I remember once my friend's boyfriend at the time had made some kind of a banana bread, I think it was. I don't remember exactly. And he was all proud of himself and brought the loaf over to my friend's house. And it was absolutely horrible. He had put way too much baking soda in it, and you could taste it. So, but we had to eat a piece, you know. You don't want to be, you don't want to squelch somebody's baking addiction. Well, he wasn't addicted to it, but he was trying. So, cheers. That's very good. So, yeah, we were trying to be very polite and say, oh, yeah, this is good. We should have just said, next time you make this, put a little less baking soda in it, and maybe he would have learned something. But we were younger, and we didn't want to hurt his feelings. So yeah, you never want to take a budding artist or a budding baker or cooking chef or whatever it is. You never want to squelch their budding abilities, so you kind of have to provide some positive things too, and not always, tell them everything that's wrong with it. So it's a fine line, You want them to better themselves in their endeavor, but you don't want to squelch their budding enthusiasm. It's the same way with your kids. Find things that they're doing right. Don't constantly be harping on things that they're doing wrong. It's like that with any relationship. Nobody wants to be with somebody that's always telling them what they're doing wrong. So find things that they're doing right and build on that. Right? Right. So, okay, well, I'm going to meet you over there at the budget book. All right, well, back at the budget book. So yesterday I didn't spend any money. I almost did. I found a couple things on Walmart.com to help me organize my house. Shoe rack and also like a zippered bag, for lack of a better term, to store blankets and stuff in. I have some blankets on my bedroom floor that, bedding and things that I really have to do something with. So, and I want to put some of my pillows, I just have too many pillows out. So I want to take some of my pillows and put them in a bag and store them and then change them out when I get bored with one set. I'll put the other set out because the pillow covers are newer, and I just kind of bought a bunch of them to change out for the seasons, and I'd like to get back to that because they're kind of all out right now, and it's just too much pillows. So that's one thing I want to do. Excuse me. It's that time of the year where I'm starting to get this little tickle in my throat, which is very annoying. But anyway, so I want to put some of my pillows away. And blankets and things, because I don't need them all out. And it's just making me feel like I have a lot of clutter on my chairs. And, every time you want to sit in a chair, you have to take 3 pillows out of it. So I want to change that up. But I don't want to get rid of the pillows because I can change them out seasonally. And I think sometimes we all get a little bored with our decor. So rather than buying new all the time, take some away. And if you still like it, just rotate your decor, rotate your pillows, rotate your blankets. And that way you'll feel like you have a new room without actually spending money and buying new things. So I think I'll go ahead and buy those today. And I also need to buy some more of my Super Papaya by American Health, the Enzyme Plus. I'm liking those. They seem to help me digest my food. So I think I will order a big bottle of that on Amazon today too. So I have a bunch of things in my cart on Amazon, but I'm waiting to get more money in my bill pay account before I go ahead and order that and have it delivered. So that's what I do. I kind of put things in my Walmart cart or my Amazon cart, and then they sit there, and when I get the money, I go ahead and buy whatever it is I want. And I can also edit the list, and things that I've put in there that are really not necessary, I can save for later or just, delete them. So that's how I've kind of been doing my shopping lately. I do go physically to Aldi's and do shopping, and I usually do that when I take my mom, but I usually go myself when I have a bigger shop that I need to do, because she always wants to pay for my groceries, and she doesn't have to do that. I mean, I know she's doing it to repay me for helping her and, taking care of her but I don't want that. She's my mom. So, you know, I don't feel like I need a reward or I need to be paid to help her out. So anyway, I'm trying not to spend a whole ton of money. I'm trying to just now start using the things that I've bought to set things up the way I want things as I'm downsizing and reorganizing and rearranging and making my life a little bit more comfortable for this stage of my life. So, I can't think of anything else. Oh, I'm still looking for a generator, of course. I talked to my oldest son, who's also a prepper, much more so than I am, and he suggested that I try and find a dual fuel generator. Of course, those you have to leave outside. So now I'm rethinking my thought process here on the generators. I still want to get the solar generators, but you know, here in Cleveland, we don't get a whole lot of sun in the wintertime, so recharging the battery generators, which really don't make their own power unless they're, you know, you have to charge them. So they're more like a battery for those of you that really don't know how it works. I didn't. I'm just learning as I go. So apparently you can, with some generators, you can recharge your batteries with your generator. But, you know, do your own research on that and see how that works. Whether you need something else to be in between the generator and the battery, I don't know. But anyway, he said get yourself a dual fuel generator, which runs on propane and gasoline, and just use that then to recharge your battery generator and see how that works. So I'm looking into that, and my other son, sent me a couple of used generators that were only used a couple times from Marketplace. And so I'm thinking about maybe doing that and then also buying the solar generators so that I have enough power, because my oldest son said you really go through the battery power very quickly. And he knows because he's experienced in these things. So he bought a little house years ago that was a big-time fixer-upper, and he actually sort of lived off-grid for a while because the house didn't have electricity to it, and so he knows what he's talking about, so I trust what he says. And both my sons, during the last storm, had their power out for 5 days. Now, my oldest son said he was able to take his backup battery generators to work and recharge them. So that's an option. You know, if you go to another area that still has power, you can take your battery packs with you and recharge them there. So it's so complicated. It really is. It's like every day I learn something new. Every day I learn how complicated life is, and making it simple isn't always simple. That's a lot of hard work to simplify your life. So anyway, that's it for my budget chat for today. And another thing I have to do is, of course, look and see who I can find to finish up my my basement bathroom, because I have to get that taken care of. I can't leave that forever and a day because, you know, there was damage. So, okay, Lots of things going on here at my little homestead, that's for sure. And I wish and hope and pray that you have peace in your life and not always chaos, which is really difficult in these turbulent times. Well, one of the things that I was doing today was taking some pictures of the different areas of my garden, and then I can make notes on there. Next year I want to do pink flowers here instead of red, and I want to buy these polka dot plants again, and I want to mix them with pink and white, so I'm going to do that next year. So just taking pictures of how it is this summer and trying to think about how I want to do it next summer. So this I moved and it'll stay where it is. This little tree will provide some shade and some privacy. This used to be all more enclosed, and I like it that way. And, you know, since I had the trees taken down, it's kind of bare. I'm not a person that likes everything totally bare. So what I'm doing is I have some Rose of Sharon that planted itself in certain areas. So I have a couple here that I'm going to let grow. There's one behind there. I'm going to let those 3 grow. There's one here that I'm going to let grow. And then over here is where I moved the pots all together. So I like the colors. I mean, they're kind of, they need to be trimmed back, the polka dot plants, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm not going to bother. So next year I'll use the same colors. I really like them. And the Rose of Sharon is also a pinky purple. So I think I want to do all the flowers back here next year. This part of the garden in pink and purple and white. And then I'm not buying many hanging baskets, but I will buy 2 for here, again in a pinkish color. So that's what I did today, and then I'm trying to make like a photo album where I can have ideas for next year and I don't have to reinvent the wheel. So once these grow a little bigger, this will be nice and private, that little area there, and I think I'll like that. Of course, it'll take a couple years for these to get bigger, but that's okay. You know, there's no big hurry. So, and then this area, of course, I've shown you this before. I'll plant all the marigolds and black-eyed Susans. Those should come back. And this will be all sunny and open, this area. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'll move these 2 solar fountains over in that area over there next year instead of in the garden area, but I have to move it somewhere sunny. So the weather, I looked at the weather for the next month, and I have until the 3rd week of September to get everything done and settled, because as you can see, the leaves are already coming down. And after the 3rd week of September, that last week, the weather is only going to be in the 60s. So the 70s and 80s are going to be leaving us. And yeah, so, and then here, of course, is another seating area. I have to find the right place for that. And that's it. So, but I love these colors together. They're so soft. Oh, he's been barking at something over there. I think they have their little dog out. and he doesn't like it. So, all right, there is my garden and the progress I've made, and hopefully I'll make some more. Well, okay, I'm at the end of another day. I just had my dinner. I pulled some things out of the freezer, very easy peasy food. I had some frozen, it was like manwich kind of thing that I had added some leftover baked beans to, stirred it up, and I had a vegan hot dog with a bun that I had in the refrigerator forever. So the bun was getting kind of stale, so I buttered it and I toasted it in a pan, and it was good as new. So that's what I had for dinner. I topped it with some shredded cheese, and I had some frozen French fries, and it was really easy and really quick. And that's what I've been doing a lot this summer. I haven't been doing a whole lot of cooking from scratch. I'm cooking from the freezer and just trying to make some room. So it's the end of the day, and let's see, what did I accomplish? Not a whole lot. I did some straightening up in the house, and then I went back into the garden with every intention of pulling weeds, but I ended up, everything was just so dry that I had to water everything. And then I ended up straightening up more things in the garden, moving a couple pots around, and just trying to figure out how I want my garden to look in the spring. So in my head, I have a picture of how I want my garden to look. I have a picture in my head of how I want my house to look. And if you're trying to decide and you don't have any ideas, I would suggest making a vision board. Just get yourself a piece of paper and start cutting out pictures of things that speak to you. And then, if you have old magazines laying around, it's a good way to get rid of them. You just cut them up, and this is how I want my living room to look. This is the vibe that I'm trying to create in my living room. Now, it probably won't look exactly like the picture unless you're doing it from a catalog. In that case, you can order all the things and you can make your room look just like it. But a lot of times it's just when, at least for me, when I do decorating, it's about accomplishing a feeling in the room. It's not just specific pieces of furniture that I can go to a catalog to and order. It's like an atmosphere that I want to create in a room. With certain colors, do I want the room to be vibrant and happy, or do I want the room to be dark and moody and cozy? So, but yeah, you can get a lot of really good ideas by making yourself a vision board. And then you can even go thrifting and, find things. Well, this kind of looks like what I had on my vision board. Maybe I could change the color of it, but the style of it is what I want. So you can do that with the rooms in your house, and you can also do that in the garden. I have a lot of garden magazines and books and things like that. And for my garden, I like part of it to be a vegetable garden. So of course for that it needs to have a lot of bright sun. But the most of the rest of the garden, I want to create a very cozy, almost like a secret garden kind of atmosphere, so that I can go into my secret garden and, people don't know I'm there, and I can relax there, and, I don't feel like I'm in a fishbowl. So I get a lot of my ideas from magazines, but I also get a lot of ideas out of my head. I like these colors, so I'm going to decorate around these colors. Or I like this kind of pot. And so I'm going to decorate around acquiring things that go with that. Instead of just everything being a hodgepodge, I like to create some sort of cohesion in my house and also in my garden. So that's kind of what I was doing in the garden today. I was, looking around and moving pots around, and okay, these pots look good here. They look nice together, rather than having one here and one there and one over there. I put them in a group, and it turned out, it looks good. So anyway, that's how I spent my day. And I was on the phone for a while. I had to set up a couple of appointments for my mom. Again, I was looking for a generator online. I still haven't found exactly what I want. And with me having to spend that much money on it, and also I'm going to have to spend the money to have my bathroom fixed. But I'm not in a big, huge hurry to get the bathroom fixed. I'm going to wait until I can find the right person to do it at a decent price. And since I need a new vanity, I'll go looking for something that is on sale that I actually like a lot. So, there's no big hurry for that. I'll get it done when I can. So anyway, I'm going to read a quote, and I'm just going to pick a random one here. Let's see. Confidence comes not from always being right, but not fearing to be wrong. Confident people take risk, take a chance, make a change, and make a breakthrough. Confidence is the foundation of great achievement. And that was from Anil Sinha. So yeah, that's true. If you never take a risk, you're not going to have a very exciting life. It'll be dull and boring and same old, same old. Sometimes you have to take a risk, whether that's in a relationship or if it's in a place you want to live. If you've always wanted to live in Bora Bora and you never take the chance to go there, you're never going to achieve your dream. But most of us don't have that big of an aspiration to create that kind of a life, other than you want to go visit there. But if you're adventuresome and that's what you want, or some people, after they retire, they want to buy an RV or some sort of a traveling minivan of some sort, and they want to go see the country. And that's lovely too. So, follow your dreams, or at least find something similar to your dreams that will satisfy what it is that you want in your life. Right now, for me, my dream is to get my garden in order and also to organize my house. And I will be very happy when that happens. After that, I'll probably have a new dream, whatever that might be. As far as traveling goes, I don't have any aspirations to travel. I don't want to leave my dogs. I love hanging out with my dogs. It's one of the reasons I want to finish my backyard, so I don't have to spend so much time working in the yard, and I can just spend time just hanging out back there and enjoying myself and relaxing. I'd like to take my easel out there and my paints and do a little plein air painting, not necessarily of my garden, but start gathering some inspiration photos of things that I can paint. And so it's not a big, huge dream, but I've always wanted to do that. Just kind of relax and paint. Now for me, Painting is one hobby that isn't very relaxing. I fuss too much. So I have to learn to sort of let go of all the perfectionism. You know, that doesn't look quite right. I have to take Bob Ross's philosophy and just let the happy accidents happen on the canvas rather than trying to control every single brush stroke. So that's something that I have to work on with myself and learn. So any hobby that you develop and do, you know, let's say you like to crochet, but every stitch and every color has to be perfect. You might want to try and take all your random old yarn and create something out of it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Try different stitches and see what you come up with. You might come up with a masterpiece. Or you might come up with a dud, but that's okay too. If you make a blanket out of it, you know, it'll still keep you warm. So, you know, you have to try different things. You have to be a little bit adventuresome. Otherwise, things get pretty boring. So, at least that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So, well, I really don't have a whole lot else today. Like I said, it was a relaxing day, and even though I have a lot to do, I'm trying to step back and take a very relaxed approach to everything. Like I had sort of intended to do the weeding around my air conditioner today. And then I got to talking to my daughter on the phone, and we always talk for quite a while. So, you know, the morning I spent sort of talking to her and having some coffee, and then I got dressed, and then I went out there, and it was like, I really don't feel like weeding this around this. I need a little break from the weeding. So instead, I just did a little bit of cleanup and, you know, a little bit of, I used my new leaf blower that's rechargeable, and that worked really well. I'm trying to transition from plug-in garden tools to battery garden tools, because it's just so much easier to just grab something with a charged battery, go do it, rather than, okay, now I got to drag the cord out, and you got to worry about dragging the cord all around, and it's just a big pain in the butt. So that's one of the things that I've done this past summer, is bought some new garden tools to help me get things done a little quicker. And I was done in no time. It's a lightweight leaf blower. It came with, it was like a package deal. It came with the weed whacker, the two of them together. The batteries, it came with 2 batteries. They're interchangeable, which is really nice. And I used the weed whacker a few days ago, and that worked well. So, you know, slowly but surely, I'm trying to transition over into a life that's more comfortable. So, all right, my friends, well, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. It helps my channel grow. Don't forget to share, and thanks for watching.